Erev Shabbat Shalom Rabotai. We are continuing with our Mishna Yomi Masechet Sotah. We are up to Perek Daled Mishnah Aleph. Today's Mishnah should be Leilu Nishmad Neria ben Svetlana Ranbayev, Eliyahu ben Burchai, Israel of Chana ben Miriam, Sason ben Rayin, Yehoshua ben Shifra, Menuchatam began Eden, Amen, and Leavdil ben Chaim lechaim v'dalifua shenemav Daniel Shalom ben Rosa, betoch shah chulei Israel. The chapter opens with various cases where a Sotah does not drink the Sotah water because she is not completely married. The Mishnah begins Arusa and Arusa. Now, when Arusa is legally married in most respects, if she cohabits with another man, she is subject to the capital punishment, just like a wife who has already had Nisuin, as the Rambam writes in Nechot Ishut, chapter 1, Halacha 3, and a Shomeret Yavam, a woman waiting for the Yavam. Now, a woman waiting for the Yavam, Shomeret Yavam, is a Yavama who has not yet performed Yibum or Chalitza with any of the brothers. During this waiting period, although she is not married to any of them, she is forbidden to cohabit with another man. So again, Arusa v'shomeret yavam lo shotot v'lo notlot ketubah. And Arusa and a woman waiting for the yavam do not drink the sotah water, and they do not collect their ketubah payments. Shenemar asher tistei isha tachat isha. They do not drink the water because it is stated regarding a sotah in Bamidbar chapter 5 verse 29, when a woman shall stray from under her husband, which implies that she is married. This excludes an Arusa who is not fully married and a woman awaiting the Yavam who is not married at all. The verse teaches that if an Arusa is warned by her husband, or if a Shomeret Yavam is warned by her Yavam not to be alone with a certain man, and she disobeys the warning, she may not drink the Sotah water. However, she does become forbidden to her husband or her Yavam. The Arusa must therefore be divorced, and the Shomeret Yavam must perform Chalitza, as the Rambam writes in Nechot Sotah, chapter 2, Halacha 2. And since these women became prohibited to their partners because of their own actions, they lose their rights to their ketubah payments. Now, the following women are completely married, yet they do not drink the water because their marriages are forbidden. Almana leKohen Gadol, a widow married to a Kohen Gadol. A Kohen Gadol is prohibited to marry a widow, as it says in Sefer Vayikra, chapter 21, verse 14. Girusha v'chalutza leKohen Hediot, a divorcee or a chalutza, a woman who performed chalitza, married to an ordinary Kohen. No Kohen may marry a divorcee, as it says in Vayikra, chapter 21, verse 7. The rabbis prohibited a Kohen from marrying a chalutza because she is similar to a divorcee, as the Gemara says in Masechet Yevamot, page 24a. Mamzeret untina Israel, a mamzeret or a netina married even to a Israel and non-Kohen. Now, a mamzer or mamzeret in feminine is a child born from a forbidden union that is punishable by karet or execution, or from a parent who is a mamzer or a mamzeret. The Torah forbids cohabitation between a mamzer or mamzeret and a regular Jew, as it says in Dvarim, chapter 23, verse 3. And a natin or netina is a descendant of the Gibeonites, a group of Canaanites who tricked Yehoshua into making a peace treaty with them, as described in the book of Yehoshua, chapter 9. Although they converted to Judaism, Yehoshua forbade regular Jews to marry them during the later times when the temple is standing. Later, because of their cruelty toward King Shaul's children, King David extended this prohibition for all time, as the Rambam writes in Echot Isurei Biyah, chapter 12, Halachot 22 through 24. Ubat Yisrael mamzer u'natin, and even a daughter of Israel married to a mamzer or a natin, lo shotot v'lo notlot ketubah, neither drink the water nor collect their ketubah payments. The sotah water may be drunk only by a woman who may return to her husband. Therefore, these women who are prohibited to their husbands do not drink the water. The Torah states in Bamidbar chapter 5 verse 12, any man whose wife shall go astray. By specifying wife, the verse teaches that the laws of a sotah apply only to a woman who may be kept as a wife. Each of these women would normally be entitled to her ketubah payment despite being in a forbidden marriage, but since she disobeyed her husband's warning and was alone with another man, an act that would forbid her to her husband even if she were otherwise permitted, she is deprived of the payment. She would not be treated more leniently than a wife in a permitted marriage who would lose her ketubah for such behavior. And that is then a Mishnah Aleph. Mishnah Bet cites more situations where a sotah does not drink the water or collect her ketubah. Velu lo shotot v'lo notlot ketubah, and these women neither drink the bitter water nor collect their ketubah payments. Haomer tmeani, one who says I am defiled, meaning she admits that she committed adultery. V'shebau lah edim she tmea, one about whom witnesses came and testified that she was defiled. V'haomeret eni shotah, and one who says I will not drink the water. Now, in the following two cases, a sotah does not drink the water but still collects her ketubah. Amar ba'alah eni mashkah, If her husband said, I will not have her drink the water, or if her husband cohabited with her on the way to the court in Jerusalem, she collects her ktubah and does not drink the water. Now in these situations, since she is willing and eligible to prove her innocence by drinking the water, and it was her husband who prevented her from doing so, he must pay her ketubah. Now the Mishnah discusses the law of a woman who is willing and eligible to drink the water, but her husband dies before she drinks. Metu ba'alen ad shelo shatu. If the husbands died before they drink the water, Bet Shammai omrim, Bet Shammai say, notlot ketubah velo shotot. They collect their ketubah payments from their husbands' estates, but they do not drink the water because the Sotah may drink the water only as long as her husband is still alive. And this is derived from Bamidbar chapter 5 verse 15, which states, the man shall bring his wife to the Kohen. However, Bet Hillel say, lo shotot velo notlot ketubah. They do not drink the water for the reason that we just gave, and they do not collect the ketubah payments, as is usually the law, where she does not drink the water. Bet Shammai, on the other hand, rule that even though she does not drink, she does not lose her right to collect the ketubah. The general rule is that a Sotah who cannot drink loses her ketubah only where she was never eligible to drink, like in the previous Mishnah's case, where she was an Arusah Yevamah, or in a forbidden marriage, or her actions made her ineligible, like the cases we gave above, where she refused to drink or she confessed. However, a Sotah who was eligible to drink and later became ineligible because her husband died does not lose the ketubah just because she is now unable to drink. Now this leaves a question. Although it is not her fault that she cannot drink, she still ought to lose her ketubah because of the possibility that she committed adultery. Since the husband's relatives have inherited his estate and she is trying to collect from them, she should have to prove that she did not commit adultery, which she cannot do. So why do Bet Shammai allow her to collect? So the Gemara in Masechet Sotah, page 25a and b, explains that Bet Shammai hold that if someone has a document that allows him to collect a debt or other monetary obligation, he is regarded to some extent as having already collected it. Since she is holding such a document, Bet Shammai consider her to be in possession of the ketubah money. Therefore, it is up to the husband's heirs to prove that she is not entitled to collect, which they cannot do. Bet Hillel, however, reject this principle and consider her the one who must prove her case. Since she cannot do so, she does not collect her ketubah. Now, this dispute applies only where the husband died. In the cases where he actively prevented her from drinking, like he refused to let her drink or cohabited with her, Bet Hillel agree that she collects her ketubah, even though she cannot prove that she is innocent. And that is an abotai of today's Mishna Yomi. Everybody should have Erev Shabbat Shalom. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen v'amen.